Loading gear and equipment.
The amp gets to roll in the fucking.
Oh, that's gonna. He's gonna change. So what do y'all think about touring Europe? Y'all ever played anywhere outside the U.S.?
I haven't been outside the U.S. yet. So.
It's kind of wild, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking crazy, man.
It's really our first major tour.
Oh yeah.
You
how
know,
long have y'all been signed?
Since like December, January, right around that time.
Right. I mean, we've played some big shows in and around Chicago and around the areas, but I mean, we've opened up for some real big bands, but we've never gone out for 30-something days.
What type of bands you going?
The biggest, I guess, the best show we've had. We opened up for Anthrax, Lamb of God,
Dying Fetus, Obituary,
Skinless. Who else? Pissing Razors, December. I don't know, just about anybody that came through town, we'd be on the local spot.
I love Pissing Razors, they're great.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to them. I think a couple of the dudes went and ended up joining ministry or something like that.
Yeah, they broke up apparently. Y'all are on tour with Cryptopsy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild tour. What's it called? Domination Tour 2006, all over Europe. Starting January 31st.
Yes. Poland.
Until March the 2nd. So
Yeah, I think we get home March the 3rd. I think our last show's in Hamburg, Germany or something like that. So I think it's like 8 countries in 33 days. Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be pretty fucking wild.
So on this, the new CD, Fear and a Handful of Dust, which just came out on the 21st, is that right?
The 10th. Just a few days ago, yeah.
I've gone through so many fucking lineup changes, and we've been doing a lot of interviews lately, and we got off on a thing of bashing ex-members, and we started reading some reviews and noticed that like their names were getting mentioned more than ours because we would bash them. So we're gonna quit bashing them. It's just, it's hard to find 5 guys with the same like-mindedness, the same sacrifice. Not everybody can not pay their fucking rent and leave their wives or girlfriends at home, and so I mean that's really just hard to find.
Yeah, I agree. It takes it to wherever.
It does, man. The hardest thing about a band, the talent is one thing, but actually finding the other guys that can do what you got in mind, because you can't do this without full bore ahead. You can't do this without being able to
just at the drop of a hat be able to leave everything behind and hit the road.
So what do you think about this new? I hear a lot about this. They're saying they're as heavy as metal. They're as hardcore.
I can't fucking stand it.
Yeah, I agree.
I say if you're gonna be heavy, and if you're gonna sing, then go sing. But I mean, there's bands that pull it off. I think if you're gonna do it, you got to do it different than, it's got to be really original the way that you do it. And I hate to use a band like Slipknot, but when the dude goes to sing, it's different than what you hear. He's not copying something. It's, they got like fucking 5 vocal tracks and effects all over the top of it. It just sounds fucking cool. But this scream the verse and sing the chorus shit, it just doesn't work for me.
It's one deserve. We'll never see the curve.
It's probably because I can't really sing, so I can say that.
So what was it like working with Zeus? He produced Hatebreed, Shadows Fall.
Zeus is an amazing fucking producer. Yeah.
I love you, Zeus. I love you, Zeus. You see this?
He fucking saved our ass on the album. We left Chicago. We recorded it at Engine Studios in Chicago. We flew out just to mix with him. And when we left Engine Studios, we had issues with some of the stuff on there. The producer we used in Chicago was somebody who didn't do metal that much, wasn't a big metal guy, so it's like he had no input for us at all. It was just basically like we told him what we were going to record, and half the time we had to tell him when we didn't like something. He would be sitting there going, "It's all good to me," and like, no, that sucked. We're doing it again.
So working with Zeus was great.
He was amazing, man. The guys.
And for any bands that don't think that there's a lot to do with the mix, you get a guy mixing your album like Zeus, and you'll see. I mean, it was night and day. From what we brought to him and what we ended up walking out with was like, I mean, it blew us away. We weren't real happy with some of the finished product because we didn't know what the mix was going to be like. But I mean, once he got done mixing it, and you'd sit in the studio and put in like Lamb of God CDs or God Forbid CDs, and you'd flip back and forth between speakers, and the sound was just fucking killer.
So where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years?
Dead.
Fear and a Handful of Dust just came out. Napalm Records. It's going to be pretty much everywhere. If they don't got it, you can tell them to order them.
Right. You should be able to go to Tower Records or FYE and shit like that.
One of the songs I'd like to ask about is No One Now What.
Yeah.
I gotta know. Man.
Well, I can't really tell you, man, because I mean,
it would come back to being. It's I guess the easiest way to say it without offending the person that it's about is it's a personal song about somebody that Grant knows.
Oh, okay.
right. And you know that's how a lot of the lyrics end up working out. And if I told half the people that I write the songs about that they're about them, I wouldn't have, you know, friends or family very long.
So it's actually a personal song about a person you know. Then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. So.